We are getting a new Party Next Door album, and Drake announced it. What this is all about, and as I said, how Drake is connected to this, we'll jump straight into. If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and details everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So we got to take a step back because I find it very remarkable that we are talking about PARTYNEXTDOOR, PND, again, because this dude came up early 2010s together with Drake, the OVO crew, and we saw him as this R&B talent out of Toronto that obviously with his affiliation to Drake kind of had a little bit of jump start to that, but definitely undeniable talent. But then after his first 3 self-titled projects, so PARTYNEXTDOOR, PARTYNEXTDOOR 2, and then PND4, it kind of got a little bit more quiet. He dropped a couple of albums after that, some, outstanding ones, Colors, for example, but then it kind of died down a little bit when it came to people recognizing him as a superstar, and the last album that we got from him was 2020's Party Mobile, and this one featured hits such as Loyal with Drake, but also Believe It with Rihanna. We also got a little bit of a pack after that, the Party Pack, late 2020, but that wasn't really that wasn't the album. So we've been waiting for a new album for now 3 years, over 3 years, and we didn't know if a new album was gonna come because, as I said, his career was mainly like the most hyped he was the early 2010s, the first 3 albums he dropped. And ever since then, we kind of recognize him as this dude that did that back then, but that didn't have those big songs, or like that big impact. The songs still did pretty well that he has, that he has had back then. I kind of compare him to Bryson Tiller in my head, because Bryson Tiller was also recognized for his first 2 albums. I mean, mainly for his first one, Trap Soul. But then after that, he kind of, I don't want to say fell off, but the last one that we got, the anniversary one, that one people didn't like as much, and it didn't do as well as the first couple of albums, just because he set his own standards so high with those first records that it was really hard for him to come back after that and achieve the same level of impact, of success. And we still recognize him as like, oh shit, that's Bryson Tiller. He's amazing. He's got an incredible talent, but right now he's not doing as many moves. Kind of see PND in the same lane, but maybe that's about to change. Now, since that last album, he's done a couple of singles that I actually really like. For example, Twist and Turn, a Popcorn feature together with Drake that I like very much, and one of my favorite songs from him over the past 3 years, Excitement with Trippie Redd, that we got as a leak before and that ended up on Trippie Redd's now third to latest album, Pegasus, and I really enjoyed that. I thought the vibe that they got together there was pretty good, so I was very excited about this. But let's actually jump to what we now know about this new album coming out. So let's look at it. So 2 days ago, on May 25th, PND held a concert in Toronto called the PARTYNEXTDOOR and Friends concert. And this was, I think he said himself, the first time in 6 years that he performed in Toronto. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems like a very long time. I didn't realize it was that long ago. But he got very emotional about it too. He was like, yo, I can't believe I'm here with all my fans in my hometown again. So really nice performance he got there. And then he brought out a special guest. And who other than Drake. So Drake got on there. They performed Come and See Me. They performed Recognize, all those songs that you know from the two of them that have gathered their legendary status over the years ever since they dropped. But then Drake at one point tells the DJ, or like whoever was doing the playback or the instrumentals, like quiet it down a little bit, and then he sang to the beat, "You don't do it for me no more, and I'm going on tour, and Party dropping PND4, they don't write like us anymore." It was really cool how he kind of included that announcement in his own rhyming, in his own song that he then kind of freestyled. And of course he references a couple of things here. First of all, he references him going on tour together with 21 Savage later on this year. I think it starts in June or July, so pretty soon, and runs all the way through September. The It's All a Blur tour that is mainly for Her Loss, but I still got that little bit of hope that Scary Hours 3 could be dropping before the tour as well, but we're gonna have to wait and see how that turns out. But that's happening, so that's why he said, I'm going on tour and Party dropping PND4. And the fans went crazy when they heard this, because if you got Drake coming out as a special guest and he then announces your new album and then does it in a way where he's like singing it, that was pretty cool. Now, obviously, he said they don't write like us anymore, and maybe he's saying that's the reason that PND needs to step back on the scene, because everybody nowadays is whack, and he's the one that brings back the quality, obviously, stuff that you say when it comes to an album rollout. So that was everything we had, but then PND also went on Instagram to post a couple of more things about this. He posted a picture of him and just the caption 4, so obviously referencing PND4, and it's a picture of him with his whole discography up on the wall, and then also in those pictures that he posted in that post, there was a picture of Noah, so 40, that was seemingly now also producing this album, or at least producing some part of it, obviously being connected with OVO. You got those in-house producers, legendary producer Noah 40 Shabib, so you know he's probably taking advantage of that. We don't know when this album is coming out. We're still missing those details. It could still be a very long time, and this was only the first time that we heard about it through Drake now, or it could be, you know, in any type of week now that we're getting. I guess we gotta wait for more information on that, but if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you stay subscribed. Now, obviously, what does just another PND album kind of bring to the table? As we said, the first 3 were the ones that were really influential, where he kind of got his rise to fame, and then the albums after that were like, okay, he's still putting out music, still quality, but not like as emotionally connected to them as the first 3 were. Well, the factor is that he's calling this PND4, and obviously the first 3 albums, they were named like that because those were his first 3 albums. They were Party Next Door, Party Next Door 2, and PND3, so that made sense. But ever since then, he discontinued this series and just went with different names for the album, like Party Mobile or Colors or anything like that. And this time around, he's calling it PND4. So it's going to be the 4th installment in the series. Doesn't make sense anymore, with the reason that it's not going to be his 4th album, but it's a continuation of the legendary series that we all came to love. And that is the big part about it that fans are so excited about. And I also think that maybe he wants to return to those days, maybe a little bit more quality control in these, maybe a little bit more, you know, callback to the older days. That would be dope. That would really make the fans happy. And I think he's very well aware of the position he's in. As I said, that picture of him with his whole discography on the wall, I think he's aware that fans want that old series to continue, and that's also why he's doing that. And likely this is the best move that he could do, considering, as I said, that he's fallen off in the eyes of the mainstream media, not talked about as much anymore. But the dude is still very young. He's 29 years old, so there's still a future for him. So I'm guessing that, you know, we still gotta wait to get the date on this one. Let me know what y'all think about this, though. I'm very excited. This could be yet another turning point for PND in his career, and I hope that he can go out of this one even more successful than before. He's a legend already, and I'm hoping that this new album is pretty good. Let me know what y'all think about this, though. Are y'all excited for PND4? What did y'all think about the announcement of this thing with Drake singing the announcement? Did y'all think that was hard? All your thoughts and your theories on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.